right, well, back we are. What's up, YouTube? The Mighty Fan again. It is Cinco de Mayo, so happy Cinco de Mayo out there, right? 2022, and of course another vid in the In the Life series. This is kind of going to be a little of both. We're going to do some pickups. We're going to do some chatting. You know, that's usually what I like to do. So we're gonna hit you with a few things in this vid. But shouts as always to all the viewers out there. People have said they like this new, spot where I'm filming here down in the man cave in the Mighty Kingdom. I like it too. I think it works really good. I think the background is nice. It's also cooler down here than it would be up on the second floor of the house, which certainly comes in handy. Particularly when the weather starts to get a little warm. It's starting to get a little humid, you know. So yes, that the waterfalls start. But at any rate, I got some pickups galore here. Some things have been kind of filtering in. There were a couple things that had already come in when I was filming the last few videos, but obviously I was on the road, so I couldn't really, show them at that point. And I wanted to do the vlog vid as a separate, vid for the In the Fan series from the KOP Mall and such. Show those pickups and whatnot. But got quite a few things here. All baseball related, mostly Phillies related. Actually, there's two basketball related items, and shout out to Throwback King for those two. Recently worked a deal with him for a couple things, and let's get right into it, right? So, all right. So, the question is there a jersey in my collection that Big Slim might never get? Right, and I think I have one here, and I think it's safe to say that Slim would nod his head in agreement to this one. I don't think Slim's going to be getting this one. Now he, Slim's a prideful guy, so he might go, oh, that's a challenge, oh yeah, and he might get two of them. I don't know, but I would imagine that my good buddy Big Slim will not be getting this one. This might be a one of one. Okay, so we got the straight from the source, MILB.com, the Somerset Patriots shop. This was a must for me. The Zorros de Somerset. I showed you the hat before. There's the hat. There's the jersey. I had to have this because we do have the fox on the sleeve, the full fox, right? Here we have just the head. Here we have the full fox right there, right on the sleeve. The colors are crazy on this one. Very nice. You have another patch there on the other side. Hopefully it picks that up pretty good. I mean, the font is nuts. You talk about Cinco de Mayo, right? So you got, and yes, you can customize it, and I couldn't think of anything better. I didn't want to put Mighty Fan on the back of this one. It had to have Festive on the back. Festive is represented in the Mighty. This is Festive's jersey. And Festive isn't right here right now, but Festive allowed me to show it. Festive's kind of particular about this, but Festive 76, why number 76? Festive's a Philly fox, and I'm a Philly guy. So we got the 76 on the back of it, right? Festive right there at Slim. You know you want one, Slim. You know. Slim, oh boy, good buddy of Slim, Festive right there, right? You got the... So we got the Zorros de Somerset, the Copa Edition jersey to go with the hat. I do hope to get to a game later in the year when they're wearing this. Have to represent, right? You never know, right? Yeah, you never know. It's like a fox. You never know. Oh, and of course you gotta combo wombo it together, right? So here it is in all of its glory together. Oh my goodness. I got a t-shirt of it too. Oh, yes. And it is my first Copa Division collection jersey in the fold. I have had a few hats, including the Zorros hat, but never a jersey until now. But there's some other ones out there that I'm kind of pondering getting, including some of the local, with Philly ties to it, but we'll see. So that's jersey number one. These two just came in the mail today from Snacks, of course. Throwback King, shout out to you as always. Another great transaction there. Always nice to get stuff from fellow Jerseyheads because we know that we take care of our stuff, so you never have to worry about it, right? And we know, hey, it's money in their pocket to spend on whatever they would like to get, to add to their own collection. So, because, as we know, as you see in this series, in the life, it never stops. It never stops. So, again, shout out to Throwback King. We got the Swingman, Mitchell and Ness. I know this has been the quite debated topic over the last couple years, Swingman and Authentics. But I got one. See, this is the best of both worlds. I got one Swingman and one Authentic. I know, but I'm like a fox. I'm sly. So you never know. You never know what you're gonna see, right? So we got the AI right here, the Hoyas, the gray jersey, of course, the Swingman version of it. I do have the other, the navy blue Iverson Hoyas, and that one I got in Swingman form too. So Throwback King, offered this to me for a great deal, and I couldn't pass it up because, like him, I'm an AI guy, and any more AI jerseys in the collection are always welcome. So shout out to you again, Throwback King, and for this one too, because like Iverson, I'm also a fan of this guy. Of course, rest in peace to the late great, I should say, Kobe Bryant. This is his Authentic collection, Mitchell and Ness Throwback, the 0102, of course, with the ribbon for 9/11 right there. So you got the MPLS, of course, the old Minneapolis Lakers jersey, throwback jersey, Bryant 8 on the back, everything single stitched. The patch on there, really nice, big and bold as it should be. NBA, the Jerry West, who we've seen plenty of in the Winning Time show on HBO and HBO Max. Love that show. Really a big fan of it. But here is the Kobe throwback Minneapolis Lakers jersey that they wore. And of course, Kobe wore a similar jersey during one of the parades for the championship after they won one of those years. So pretty cool to have this in the collection. Another Kobe jersey. There's still some other Kobe jerseys out there, because how many Kobe jerseys do you need, right? But there's still a few out there that Mitchell and Ness has made that I would like to get. When that might be, I don't know. We take it as it comes, right? But glad to have this one in the fold. And again, big shout out to you, fam there. Of course, Throwback King. There you go. So those are the pickups from him. And then this next one literally just came in the mail. And the thing about it was, so I got a couple packages in today, right? And I knew I was getting something from UPS, but I forgot what it was. That's when you know you have a problem. When I thought it was a hat I got from Hat Club, and I remembered I got the Mitchell Ness tracking and all, right? And I knew I was getting a Hat Club hat today that I picked up a week or so ago. So I'm like, I opened these packages up. I got the one from Throwback King. I got another one over here. I got the box with the hat in it. And I'm like, all right. Cool, everything came in, and I'm like, oh, wait a minute, I had that email yesterday from Mitchell and Ness saying your package is supposed to arrive today, and like any good Jerseyhead, now I start panicking. I didn't get this jersey. Where's the package? Where's the Mitchell and Ness package, right? So then I'm tracking it again, and it still says out for delivery, and no sooner did I start, look at the tracking again, I heard the truck drive off, the UPS truck, so it came literally as I was setting the camera up here and starting to panic a little bit, because I'm like, oh, that Mitchell and Ness jersey is supposed to come today in the mail. I'm like, oh! So here it is, safe and sound. The 1976 Bruce Sutter pullover Chicago Cubs. And I know I got the Bill Madlock, the original Bill Madlock that Mitchell and Ness did years ago, I believe in more of a limited run. And I got that one from Nostalgia Boy, shout out to him, some years ago. And I got the Bruce Sutter because I wanted this since it came out. I just never moved on it until recently. They had a 30% off deal online recently. And like I said, that was the sale that I mentioned about that. I'm like, if only it could have lasted, came out the next day, and I extended it. So I was able to grab it, right? The next billing cycle started, and here it is. And I did the paying for with PayPal for it to help out some more. Yeah, Slim warned me about it, about that paying for. He warned me. Slim. It's your fault. No, I'm just But the 76 suitors, so here's all the particulars. You got the jock tag and you have the name jock tag on the other side. 1976 Bruce Sutter. Everything single stitched. Beautiful. Love that light blue on it. You got the National League, right? The Centennial. Yeah, said that right. The Centennial on there. 1876 to 1976. Have quite a few jerseys with that patch. And then you got this one. And this is the Chicago, I guess the Chicago, 1876 to 1976 Centennial on the other sleeve. And speaking of that patch, as I see a fuzzy on here, get rid of that. Of course, as I showed before, Hat Club did this as part of their light blue series. Hat Club Lids HD did this as part of their light blue series some weeks ago. There it is together. Combo Wombo, of course. Boom with the patch. And there's the patch right there. There. Now, come on now. There it is. And, of course, this hat goes with Madlock as well. But I knew I was going to get that suitor at some point. Didn't realize when I got the hat it would be that quick. But there it is. The hat and the jersey together, as always, with me. Combo Wombo. There it is. Boom. The hat that goes with suitor and goes with Madlock as well. So there's the jersey right from Mitchell and Ness, right there. And let's get into the rest of the pickups here. This is the other package that showed up today. And I mentioned about this jersey before. I said I had to make a choice between the two, right? I got suitor. I let this one get away. It got away. The auction had ended, whatever. Then it came back. I'm like, okay, it's meant to be. So I got that authentic Chase Utley, basically rookie here. We got the Majestic authentic right there, size 52. And of course, there's the patch. Final season of Veterans Stadium. I do have a Jimmy Rollins number 6 jersey with this patch. The jersey has some little stains or whatever on it. Couldn't get it out. It is what it is. It's still part of the collection. I'm still happy to have it. But I did want to get another jersey with this patch on it just because, And happy to find another one, with it. And this is a Utley, and I believe that was his rookie season when the vet was closing down. And here is the home, of course, the red pinstripe with that patch. Got quite a few hats with that on there, as we know, as a side patch. So the jersey and J-roll as well with this patch. Really nice. One of my favorite patches on a Phillies jersey right there, because I have memories from the vet. So there's the Chase Utley Majestic Authentic, basically rookie season. And also does have the 26 on the other sleeve. Right there's the Phillies wear the numbers on the sleeve for their regular, I should say, home and away set, the red pinstripe and the road gray. The other jerseys, they don't. Of course, the cream, they don't. They don't for the red, and they don't, obviously, for the powder blue because the number's on the front. Anyhow, that's enough for the history of the Phillies jersey, right? The current history of their jersey. But speaking of another current Phillies jersey, this was one of the ones I was able to get off of a fellow Jerseyhead recently. And it's a cream, the alternate jersey, which I really like. This jersey has kind of become their, day game jersey. A lot of times you'll see them wearing it on Sundays. It's like they're almost like their regular, any afternoon game besides Thursday. Thursday they do the throwback jersey for their home game. But any afternoon home game, they'll be wearing this from the, circa the late 40s into the 50s. They've adapted this jersey for quite a number of years now. We have the Dallas Green Memorial on the sleeve right there. One of the reason I wanted to get this when I saw it was available. And it is Rhys Hoskins right there. Hoskins 17 on the back. So there you have it. And the second jersey I was able to acquire from the fellow Jerseyhead, Malcolm. Shout out Malcolm, of course. is a Dutch Dalton Authentic. This is a vintage Russell. Love the vintage Russell jerseys. Jock tag right there. Hit you with it. And it's a road gray. Dutch Dalton, there's the number on the sleeve. As I said, the road grays, they have it. And this is the first Phillies jersey I ever owned with this particular patch on there, the Vet Stadium Silver Anniversary Season patch. Beautiful. Now, I just need one of those hat companies to put this on the side of the hat, okay? Can we get that done? And can the hat just hang around for me just a little bit so I can get it? Once it ever gets done with the side patch. 1971 to 1995. Darren Dutch Dalton is the player. Dalton 10 on the back. Beautiful, beautiful. So shout out to Malcolm for these two beauties and the beautiful additions to the not only my collection but my Phillies collection. So of which I have quite a few Phillies jerseys. Just a few. There's a rack over there. There's a full closet. Now we're going to add some more to the madness. And speaking of Phillies, this I believe is the final one I have to share, right? Yes. I shared everything else. This one here was the one I mentioned during one of my road vlogs, right? I mentioned it when I did the road vlog over the weekend. I mentioned this one had to come in the mail. This isn't a Phillies jersey, but this is one of their minor league affiliates, the Clearwater Threshers. First ever Threshers jersey that I owned, and now minor league jersey number 2 in my collection. Well, actually, I'm sorry, minor league jersey number 3, because I have an Iron Pigs jersey. And this one, I think I have a Reading Phillies jersey somewhere too. So this is probably minor league jersey number 4 then. This one here is pretty cool. I got this off eBay, and I love this thing. I really do. I don't know if it's a... I want to say it's a team issue jersey. I don't think it's game worn, but it's nonetheless, it's really nice. It's a special edition jersey that they wore some time ago for breast cancer awareness. And of course, with Mother's Day being Sunday, happy Mother's Day to all mothers, including my own, right? Which I'll be seeing on Sunday. I just thought this was just an incredible looking jersey. Wanted to get it, so I did. And you'll notice the particulars on here. So you got that pink with the kind of the red pinstripes going down. Everything on this jersey is supplemented on as well. So think of like 90s NBA, you know, like the Big Buck jersey, the Pistons, you know, various different, the Raptors, you know, various different jerseys, how the logos and all are on those jerseys, the front of the jerseys, and in some cases part of the back. Everything on this, there's not one thing stitched. So the logos, the numbers, everything is supplemented into the material, the pinstripes as well. So look at that logo right there, beautiful. You got the Thresher logo, the Threshers logo, done up in, you know, more of a red, but then you have the pink, the ribbon, of course, for breast cancer awareness on there. You also have this supplemented logo onto the sleeve, looking like a patch, but it isn't. It's supplemented on. There's the you know, pitch for pink. It's what they went with right there. Big ribbon logo on the other side. It's one of the things that just drew me to it. It looks like a vest, but it isn't. The sleeves are part of the jersey, so you got the red. And then on the back, you have the minor league logo, of course, Jackie Robinson right there, which is supplemented on as well. And then I don't know who number 56 was, but number 56, no name, just the number. And the ribbon on the back is supplemented on as well. Beautiful. Love this. I didn't realize how nice a jersey this was until I got it in the mail. And I did want to wear it on Saturday. I have part of my ticket plan. I have Saturday's game, but it might get rained out. We're going to have some, you know, a lot of rain over the next couple days in the area, which probably wouldn't be a bad thing the way the Phillies are playing right now. And they're playing the Mets, who are like way ahead of everyone, and the Phillies are like, they're Phillies. It's what they do. But I'm kind of hoping, you know, maybe if the weather gets better, can still go to, because I did want to wear this, you know, being Mother's Day is the next day. I thought it would be kind of cool to wear it. And I got it's over on the table, my Phillies Mother's Day, you know, hat from a season back that I wanted to wear too. There's the jock tag. The jock tag is also supplemented on. Profusion. This is a Wilson jersey. right there. Men's size 52. This is a big jersey. Definitely nice. It's the material is really good. It's a heavy material though, so I don't know if this is something that I would want to wear in like the heat of the summer months or whatever. But still, beautiful jersey, very nice, unique jersey, and part of the Phillies collection and baseball collection for that matter, right? I'll put it over here. So that is the haul over the past few weeks and some things that showed up today. Again, shout out to Throwback King, of course, the snacks, and to Malcolm for the additions into the collection. Every little bit always helps, right? It just keeps growing and growing. But no, super stoked to have all of these new additions into the collection. And I guess at this point, I'll go into the other room and we'll talk a little bit. I also got a hat to share, my hat club pickup. So we will get that done. So yeah, as you can see, quite the haul over the past few weeks worth of stuff. Set up here. Got my towel. Someone made a comment in one of my videos like, you breathe heavy. Or going from one side of the room to the other. I'm like, all right, well, this isn't a fitness channel. Take your comments to one of their channels, and then you don't need to critique me. I'm not King Leo. I'm not doing curls every day, all right? So, anyhow, hey, man, you put videos out there, you never know what type of comments, but it is what it is. People still watch, so that's good. You're doing good, right? More people watch, the better, right? So there you go. Even if I do breathe heavy from time to time when I'm walking around, it is what it is. I'm a big guy. What do you want? Anyhow, let's move on from that. But this is the hat I did mention when I was talking about the Clearwater Threshers. That's the hat I was going to wear this combo wombo with the Threshers, jersey, because I don't have a breast cancer awareness or Mother's Day, Clearwater Threshers hat. I did get a Threshers hat though, but that's still coming in the mail. But that's more of their regular on-field fitted. As I got that one coming, and I got a Jersey Shore Blue Claws Copa hat coming in, which they only had a few of left in my size, so I grabbed that off of. I always forget if it's Lids or Fanatics. It's one of them. They're all part of that umbrella, which Mitchell and Ness is part of now, too, that we know. So they still need to fix their website. Can we just do something about that website? Can we just... It's horrible. The Mitchell and Ness website is so bad. So bad. Right? I did see that they started to get some new baseball jerseys in. They got the Ken Griffey Jr. Road number 42, because he was the first player that wanted to wear 42 for a day for Jackie Robinson, of course. So they made that one. They made, I believe it was a 97 too, because it was with the Jackie patch, and that was the first year he wanted to do it when they honored the 50th anniversary, of course, of the Breaking Barriers for Jackie. They also made the 01 Ichiro. I believe that's the home jersey for the Mariners. I know they've been putting out some more batting practice, which is pretty cool. They're more of the more modern day kind of. They're doing they did make, I believe some more of those mesh ones are coming out, but they do have more of the, I guess, the majestic version, of the batting practice jerseys. I know they made some Roy Halladay jerseys, Phillies and Jays. They made a bunch. They made quite a few. I believe there's a Randy Johnson in there, and I forget if that's more of that material or mesh, but there's another Randy Johnson Diamondbacks. Trevor Hoffman, I believe, Padres. Some of the Braves players like Glavine and Maddox. I believe Smoltz too. I know they made a Mike Piazza, like an orange Mets one, which the colors on that one pop. Even as a Phillies fan, I have to admit. Right? Quite a few. I think they did a Hideo Nomo Dodgers jersey too, which is pretty cool. And they made his batting practice too, I believe. And that, I believe, is more of the mesh material. I know they made a Mark McGuire, but it says out of stock. That's the other problem. Mitchell and his, why the hell are you putting jerseys on your site that are out? Don't even show them. We don't need. Why are you teasing? Why? It makes no sense. Out of stock. Like, go just get rid the out of stock. If it's something that still has to come out, why are you putting it out there and it's already out? It's not out of stock because you never even put it up. And sometimes they do, and the things sell out real quick. But why are you? Why? Why? Damn it! Right? So they made a Mark McGuire. They made another A's jersey, which is the hunter green, just the alternate. And I believe they did a batting practice for that one too. It's almost like the same jersey, the batting practice and the on-field. The only difference, I think, is obviously material in the on-field. I think has the logo, has the patch on the logo patch on the sleeve. Pretty cool looking jersey. So there's a few things they've been pumping out there, right? Yeah, and I know next month is the Father's Day sale. So yeah, I mean, never know, what I'm going to be hoping to find there that day when I go to the flagship during that weekend. As if I need more stuff, but I always do. Speaking of more stuff, so this was a Hat Club exclusive. Now, all right, all due respect to my fitted family, and I love all of you, but I needed this hat, and I'm not one of those that it has to be fitted. I can wear snapbacks. I do. I have snapbacks. I still get them. I get the Mitchell and Ness ones. I get others. If it goes with a jersey, I'm happy. And yes, I would prefer fitted. The flex fits, the regular 5950s, always. But, snapbacks have their place. And this hat, if this came out in a fitted version, and I believe it did in the past, I wouldn't have been able to get it because they sell out like that. This particular hat with this particular logo on the front and the side patch, every fitted version of it, any time it comes out, it's gone in seconds. And I mean, there have been a ton of them made, and it doesn't matter. Every time it comes out, it's gone less than a minute, right? Don't even have a shot at it, right? So we got the Cubbies. It's a two-tone with the white dome right there, okay? So you got the white dome, blue, navy blue brim. That logo is my favorite all-time Cub logo, so I want it. Now, I do have the regular fitted, which I was able to get from a secondary source. Hat Club, I think, was the first, if I'm not mistaken, the first retailer to make the 1990 side patch All-Star, which is what's on here. But they made it as part of their All-Star collection when COVID started, right? And that was like one of the first sets that I believe started coming out, and it sold real quick. I don't even think some of those hats hit the website. So I got that from a seller off of Macari, and I was super stoked to get it because obviously that's when I never had a shot at Hat Club, and it was the first one I ever saw with that 90 side patch, and that was the regular on-field fitted royal blue Cubs hat, right? Like I said, your regular on-field fitted with that big patch on the side. And, of course, I had the Ryan Sandberg, so I wanted that hat big time, right? So this one, I just wanted a Cubs hat with that logo, which is on the sleeve of the jerseys at the time, and the 90 All-Star, And it just became one of those that just became really hard to get, right? Now, maybe someday I still will be able to get one of the concoctions of it, that's out there. But until, I'm just glad to have one. It's a snap, like I said. There's a snap, but still. It's got the green under, a good green right there for the UV, and then you got the like I said, that logo on the front. Nice stitch work. That dazzle stitching right there for the gold, shiny. Very nice. So I was glad to get one. Snapback it might be. I was glad to finally grab one with that particular logo on the front. And in fact, I did put one on my Macari watch list or list not long ago. It was a fitted, and it was from a reseller, and obviously they were, it wasn't horrible. The price for it wasn't bad. It's probably why it sold so quick. A little over retail, but you can make offers, and I just didn't get around to making the offer, and within a couple days it was gone. And I'm like, yeah, it doesn't surprise me. That one, how it lasted as long as it did, I was surprised. But so I missed out on that one, and then is what it is. But I'll get one eventually. There's so many of them out there that eventually one will be reasonably priced, and I'll be able to get one in fitted form. But that's a good one to have. And there are some home Cub jerseys that I've seen with that patch on the side from representing 1990. So yeah, I have the Road Gray Sandberg, and Mitchell and Ness did make what Slim has. Yeah. He's got the home Dawson in that, and I never got the home Dawson. I do have a home Dawson Cubs. It's an '87, but it's not the '90. But I know Slim's like slacker. I know, but don't make me get that festive jersey against them. Don't make me do it. So, but no, there are some other Cub 1990 home white jerseys out there, and that hat is going to go with it perfectly. So that's part of the reason. It's a setup. See, this is a combo wombo setup. That hat will be worn with those jerseys whenever I get one of them, down the road. Anyhow, that's all for the show and tell portion of this video. Right? But it never stops, as you see. It just, and this was about maybe just a bit shy or around a month's worth of new additions, new pickups to the collection. The only other, like I said, I got 2 hats coming in. The only other jersey that I have that's still on the on the hook to get would be that City Connect Altuve, and like I said, that's a pre-order, so that's probably not gonna be getting to me unless it surprises me and comes here this month, maybe next month, maybe July. I don't know. You never know. But I did get it as a pre-order from Fanatics, or I think it was it was MLB Shop. That's where I got it from, MLB Shop, because that was the first place to get them. I don't think they've hit Fanatics yet. The jersey hasn't. I think the hat and some other stuff has, but the jersey hasn't. But I got that from MLB Shop, which is, again, the same. It's all the same umbrella. And that one is, that's going to take a little time. But I'll get it eventually. I have the hat, so that I was able to get right away, because I got that from New Era. As soon as that came out, that low profile, Space City Connect Astros hat. But the jersey's going to take a little time. But it is what it is. I'll get it eventually. It happens. They get to me eventually, right? So there are all the pickups. I got lucky getting a couple things. Like I said, that Suitor, as I said before in doing the vehicle vlog, right? That the sale was just at a time I couldn't move on it, and then it just, as luck happened, it graced me. They extended it a day. I was able to get it. The Utley jersey, I thought sold. I'm like, all right, well, I chose the Suitor over it, and here, lo and behold, I got both of them. But it doesn't always work that way. I got lucky with it. I took a chance. I flipped a coin. I said, all right, I'm going to get Suitor. And then the Utley, I thought sold. And I thought, okay, well, I made my choice. And then lo and behold, a couple days later, here's that Utley again. Doing a random search. There it is again. Ah, all right, well, there you go. Paying for it, done. So I was able to get both of them after all. And it does not always work that way. Believe me. There have been things that have gotten away. It's a big game of Russian roulette, and that's what it is. You're going to take a chance getting one thing over another, and then the other thing sells before you can move on it, or you just, you have to make a decision. I have to make a decision coming up here. There's a couple jerseys out there that I really would love to get. One of them I've been kind of letting sit. It's almost like the Rick Barry All-Star. It's kind of to that type of level. And the other one's one that I just noticed this week. And the thing about it is, it's a jersey I really like. I love the patch on the sleeve. I don't have a jersey with that particular patch. I have a hat with the side patch. I don't have the jersey. So it is one I'd like to get. But I have my auto inspection tomorrow, my annual inspection. I have to take the Jeep over, get that done down the street. And you just never know what it's going to cost. I know I need something with the brakes. I'm hoping it's just the pads, so it's not going to be too crazy. But I trust the guys I take it to, and it's always important to have, mechanics that you trust, right? So I'm taking it there bright and early tomorrow morning, and then hopefully, when I go there to pay, it's not going to be too. It never has been, but it's just one of those that, yeah, you still, you have those. Yeah, those quivers sometimes with stuff like that. You never know. And also, recently, it's been something that's I've been thinking about anyhow. And I finally just broke down and made the decision to go ahead and hire a landscape company just to do the yard and such. It's not just lawn mowing; it's the trimming of the hedges and everything, the upkeep. That's just tough. I don't mind doing it. I've mowed lawns for over 30 years, whether it's this house, the old house. At one point, it was both. Those weren't fun years. Listen, some people love it. I've never enjoyed it. I dread it. Slim knows. Slim comes, he's like, "Here's your lawn." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I'm awful with it. It got to the point where I'm like, the lawn looks like a grunge rocker from the 90s. It is what it is. I should throw flannel on it. I really should. But it's, and it got to the point, it got kind of bad. And I was mowing, and the mower's like, "You know what? This is it for me." And I'm like, I've been on the fence. Maybe I just need more oil. I don't know, but it was almost like a sign. It was like, I've been thinking about it anyhow. I was thinking maybe I can go another year or two, but I'm like, maybe it's just time. So I looked around, and I found a good company. The price isn't that bad. In fact, I think I went through. There's like this Angie, I guess, company, and if you sign up for $30, you get 20% off each service. So actually it's like $60 off a month basically, because I'm going to have them come twice bi-weekly. So yeah, the place definitely needs a little better upkeep, particularly with the bushes and whatever I have, and I just I knew. I mean, I don't want to say you just give it up after a while, but it's like I'm not a green thumb. I've never enjoyed doing this stuff, and you know what? I'm gonna make these decisions now. This is what it is. I'm a man, damn it. I've mowed enough. No more mowing. No more dealing with the weeds and the bushes and let the experts take care of it. They know what they're doing. I'm just out there. It gets done. Not to say it always gets done the best way it can, but it gets done. But so I made that decision. I found a company. They were supposed to come yesterday, but because of the weather, they rescheduled for Monday. So it starts Monday, but that's another expense. I mean, you talk about owning a house, being a homeowner, owning a vehicle. There's expenses for that, and you have to be kind of ready for it, and I slow rolled it, I taking care of all the regular stuff, right? Utilities, doing all the mortgage, paying off the Jeep still, doing everything right. And I'm like, can I add another thing to the plate? And the answer was yes, and maybe it means getting one less jersey a month and a hat or something, but that money will go towards making sure that the outside of the Mighty Kingdom is well upkept, which look, it's not Slim would like to say, "Oh, dude, look, I've seen worse, okay? But there's a lot better." That's how I had it. But I just got to the point where I'm like, you know what? I've earned this. I've done enough. I know what I'm not good at, and I'm not good at that. So let's leave that in the hands of the experts. I'll just say, all right, did what I could. So I'm retiring with yard work. Okay? I'm not retiring from my job, right? But I'm retiring from yard work. I mowed my last lawn. Trimmed my last hedge. No. This is now going to go in the hands of people who know what they're doing with that kind of thing, and now just let them do their thing. And it's not a bad price. It really wasn't. I mean, just to have what I need done wasn't bad. It's not a huge, overly big property, so that helps too. The bigger the property, the more the price, right? The old house, it would have been. Slim remembers. Mark M remembers the property there, the yard, and the damn pricker bushes that we had in front. And I have horror stories about that. Sometimes I get up in the middle of the night with chills, just thinking. I don't know. I kept trying. God bless my mom. I tried to have her cut those damn things down. She wouldn't do it. And of course, after we sold the house, the next day did it, and I'm like, see, it looks so much better out of those damn things in front. It opens things up. You have to worry about doing it every year, and then no. She wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it, and I just every year I wished they were gone. Get rid of them. No. Is what it is. But yeah, so I made that life decision to the yard, the thing I hate the most, I'm done with it now. I can't anymore. 30 plus years of doing all that's it for me. So I'm retiring from that, and it's going to be done by the experts, and we'll see how it goes. But again, it's all part of the decision-making process. I waded in with a lot of different things. I'm like, can I really do this? Is it really? Yeah, I think I can make this work. We're going to make it work. Done enough. It was a sign when lawnmowers like, you know what? We're this is it. We reached the end. So that was decided. So that, it's another expense though, and it's another thing to upkeep, right? You gotta, keep the house going, and yeah, keep it so the neighbors are happy, that the outside isn't gonna look like a the it is what it is. Everyone's happy. They're happy. I'm happy. I'm really happy. Not to do that anymore. All right, we got to the end. So anyhow, so that was a decision that I made. I wouldn't say it was a hasty decision. It's been on my mind. That happened the other day. I'm like, all right, this is a sign from the, I put it out there in the universe, and the universe answered. Okay, we're gonna put this in the hands of the experts now. So yeah, but that's something that I made a decision to do. And like I said, this is all part of life. Life's gonna come at you. It's gonna hit you. God knows I've known over the last however many months now that so far in 2022, with my mom's situation, with doing this and that, it's just been a lot, So doing this is an escape, the jersey and hat collecting, and, doing these videos on YouTube, being part of the community, that I'm in. It's an escape. It is a getaway from everyday ordeals, right? From work, from house deals, from yard work deals, which I don't have to worry about anymore, from the various different aspects of life. It is an escape, and this is one of the reasons why I think the passions that still burn, the flame still burns bright, because we all do need an escape, It's not to say that you can always just run away from all the issues and problems, because, you're going to have to take things on, right, head on, right? But it's nice to have something that you can kind of get away, use to get away, from aspects of life that are difficult and tough. And that's why, that's probably why I do what I do and collect the way I do. I've always collected something, going back from when I was a young brat, you know, back in the days, um, in the current time. And I don't think it's, like I said, I don't think it's something that ever goes away. You know, you can try to suppress it, you can move on to something else and go, but you're always, you know, a collector is always collecting. You might change what you're collecting. You might go after, you know, from clothes like jerseys or hats to maybe sports cards or action figures or, you know, whatever else there's out there to collect. But you're never, it's always going to be there. You know, you're not going to be able to get away from it, you know, forever. It's going to hound you, you know, and you're going to find yourself going, you might not even notice you're doing it, but then you're going after something else. And all of a sudden that becomes a big thing, you know. So it's always there. And, you know, but that's, again, part of the reason why I enjoy doing this series. I enjoy bringing you, the viewer, into my life as a collector. And maybe I might discuss other things like yard work I won't be doing anymore. Different aspects of life of MightyFan. Not that I want to, you know, open it up all the way. Oh, this is just, I'm going to put cameras up and this is MightyFan. No one wants to see that 24/7. That would be very boring. Right? But just to take you in with me for, you know, 40, hour or whatever it is, however long these videos are, you know, just to bring you in a little bit, you know, open the door a little bit, you know, and let you in and see what it is. And, you know, the life of a collector. And look, it's real life. I mean, this is reality TV. This is what it is, you know. And I know people have enjoyed this series, and I've enjoyed bringing it to you. So I appreciate it, you know, all the positive feedback that's been. Whether I'm doing stuff like this, showing you some pickups or whatever out in the road, doing different vlogging if I do, going places, you know, it's something I've really enjoyed. I'm glad I kind of challenged myself for this series, and I'm glad it's something that people have enjoyed and have gotten positive feedback from, right? Anyhow, 47 minutes going on 48 of blah, blah, blah and showing stuff. I had a lot to show and I had some stuff to discuss. I know recently in our group we had to discuss, someone posted about someone. It's like I mentioned in one of my more recent videos, right, about the flippers. And they they took footage of someone at the Phoenix Suns store, with an armful of authentic, you know, the Valley jerseys, the authentic ones, the city editions. And like, you know, what's going on here? Why is this type of thing not being policed in some places? I know some places have tried. What's it, that Just Sports, I believe, is that company, speaking of out in Arizona, where I couldn't get that Chris Paul Valley swing. I just tried to get the Swingman jersey and they wouldn't. Anyhow, I couldn't, but they were, for some reason, they're really trying to police that type of thing. They're making it so it's very difficult for the flippers or the bots to go in there and get these things, right? But then you have the brick and mortar stores where, you know, as long as you're getting the people's money, they don't seem to mind. If you're getting 20 jerseys, I mean, they got to know what's going on, but they're getting money, and it's not their policy to turn people aside or say, okay, just one jersey, right? It's a problem. It is. I mean, you had people selling all those Ja Morant jerseys. You had people selling all those different, the Hornets, you know, city editions and all for just ungodly amounts of money each. The Valley jersey, again, anything that's popular, right? And people are gonna, it's about making that money. So people are gonna buy up these things and sell them for crazy amounts. And listen, people are spending it. I mean, again, if people wouldn't pay those prices, it would stop. You know, and I know a lot of Jerseyheads like myself. I'm not looking at a authentic, you know, Valley Devin Booker jersey and saying, oh yeah, I'll throw 500 on that. That doesn't enter my equation, but it does for some people, and that's why these things are this is still going on. You know, it's like I said before, it started to slow down in the hat community. You know, it started. I mean, it was just constant. You couldn't get hats online. You just every drop would go and it would be, you know, done. And now I'm starting to see some hats actually hang around a little bit on Hat Club, right? And some of these other, not all of them, right? But certain ones do tend to hang. Whereas before, this time last year, I'll say they all across the board they were gone within minutes. It was done, you know. And I like that. You know, I'm glad it's starting to, get to a point where you can get more, because that's a good thing. I know Lids HD, you can get stuff pretty readily once they become now. They only put out like a drop or two a week, but you're on it, you're able to get it, right. Some things do sell out quick, but it's not still to the levels that we were experiencing before, and that's a good thing, right? So we're starting to get to that good place again, right? Still a little ways to go, but we'll get there. And it's the same with the Jersey community. It's the same in the Jersey world, right? Now, in particular with the Authentics, with the Nike Authentics for the NBA and some of these other Authentics that are out there, right? Swingman stuff tends to stay a little bit. Some might move a little quick because they're still popular styles and whatnot, but others tend to kind of hang, right? But the Authentics, those are the biggest bugaboos, and they're the most expensive. That's where these flippers are going to make their money, because those are the jerseys that they know they can get people on, right? Because they're the Authentics, and it is what it is. I don't know if there's truly a way to police it. It's like I said before, you're never going to stop people from buying, regardless of what the price is. And as long as that happens, and as long as there isn't enough, in the brick and mortar stores to police it, you're still going to have it, I mean, I've heard tons of stories, people in the hat game, and in the jersey game, where you got these guys, and they're going in, they're buying something, and they're paying someone outside to go in and buy another thing for them. So, I mean, you could try to police it. I just don't know if there's ever going to be a exact way of putting it to as much a stop as you can, And this has gone on with many things over the years. Now, we're seeing it in the jersey community because it's affecting us, right? The hat community. I mean, it was going on, not that I'm a sneakerhead, but this is common practice in the sneaker game for many years, right? People doing the same kind of stuff. And some certain Jordans or whatever, Kobe or LeBron or whoever, whatever the popular sneaker is, it's going to be that much more difficult to get because of the flippers, because of the resellers, right? So this has been, again, common practice with that. Now, I'm not a sneakerhead, so it doesn't really affect me, right? But I know many who it has, right? Including guys like Rez, right? This is what they do. They collect it, so it impacts them. Now, the jersey so far hasn't impacted me so much because I don't really go after the Authentics all the time, right? I don't mind getting Swingmans where I have to with the Nike stuff, right? But I understand there's a lot of people where it does, and Mitchell and Ness, I see it. Some of the new releases with Mitchell and Ness go, kind of quick, and then you see that there's this one seller, and I won't give the name because I don't want to give him any free pub or advertise. There's one seller constantly on eBay, Swingman. Banning anything new that Mitchell and Ness puts out. They put it up on their eBay store, and they want double and triple the amount. I mean, we're talking about Swingman jerseys, right? We're talking about the batting practice, the cheapest stuff that Mitchell and Ness makes, and this guy's putting it up there for, again, double, triple the amount, right? Any of the authentic stuff, and that's double the price that you would have to pay, right? And they get the sizes that sell out quick, right? So that's the thing, right? Listen. People are they're gonna do what they're gonna do to try to make that money, but as a collector, yeah, I mean it's tough because it takes away from people who really appreciate and want to get the item, to wear it, to have it in the collection, to it means something to them, right? These flippers, they just see dollar signs. The jersey doesn't mean anything to them. They probably don't even know anything about the player. They Mitchell and Ness, they see a Padres 19, okay. They don't know it's Tony Gwynn. They don't know anything about Tony Gwynn, right? Doesn't mean anything to them. It's it's a new item I want to get and flip it on eBay, right? For people like, and I'm not putting myself on a pedestal, but people like me, a collector, but I'm also a sports fan. I also know enough about the history. I remember Tony Gwynn when he was playing. That jersey means something to me, not just as a jersey head, but someone that watched the guy play, knew he was a great hitter, right? And the history there, Cal Ripken, right? All these different players. Most of my jerseys in the collection are players that at one point or another that I've seen, and there's plenty that I have that I've never seen play, but I respect it because I respect the game, right? I respect the history. I can tell you a little about some of these players, right? Might not know the entire history from when they came into the league until they retired, but I know enough about it, right? So each of these jerseys does have some meaning to me, and it, but it is what it is. I'm not going to get on my high horse here. I'm just saying it's something that continues to be an issue, and I don't know when the end game's going to be. You know, it's just something that I think, unfortunately, we're all just going to have to deal with here for a while. You know, and it is what it is. I hate to sound like a defeatist with it, but unfortunately, that one of the many bad things that came with the pandemic, that's one of them. You know, people not wanting to work in offices anymore and building have their own companies, their own way of getting money. And you know, look, I get the hustle. I do. I know it's tough out there. You know, but this is kind of went to another degree, right? Where the flipping really started becoming bigger and more mainstream, not just with one or two things, but with a lot of things. I mean, the whole, you know, encompassing of various different things that are easy to get and then easy to flip, right? And the easier it is to get and flip, that's what they do. And it is what it is. Hats may have been the easiest, so that's why they just went like crazy. That's why that started out. Now, the jerseys start getting involved, right? Like I said before, this has been going on in the sneaker game for many years. You know, before this pandemic happened. The hats is more of a more pandemic related phenomena. The jerseys, it was doing it, then it cooled off. Now it's starting again, particularly with what Nike does, right? With their jerseys, with the Authentics. It is what it is. I don't know when the end game's going to be. Hopefully it's soon. Maybe you know, Nike will produce more, you know, product. Who knows? There's a lot of blame to go around. I mean, Nike's not without fault with this too. So, you know, not making enough of things, right? And not, you know, giving you more custom options. Because I think that could be a way to slow it down if you had more custom options out there where you couldn't just get the player, okay, but you have an option to create this player, right? This jersey of this player. That might be a way to start to slow down the flippers because they're just not going to buy up all custom jerseys and have them done, right? It takes a little more time. It's not as quick, you know, to turn around. They want things that are quick, already done up. Here it is, and it's in my hand, and now I'm selling it, right? The custom things takes a little time. You know, when the hat game, they were starting to think of doing more pre-orders where it takes longer time to get. And at that time, when you get it, maybe the vibe for some of those hats aren't as crazed, right? The logos, the whatever it was, right? So maybe there is a way there. I don't know. I'm spitballing at this point. I've gone on about 58 minutes. So at this point, I think I'm going to say thanks for watching. You know, we'll continue this on. I think this is this is something that should be, you know, brought up again, and probably will be brought up again, you know, in a future vid. So I'll put a cork on it now. And we'll pick it up another time, right? So anyhow, thanks for watching as always. Shouts to everyone out there. Thanks for all the support as always. And as always, leave those likes. Hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe if you already haven't. And also, what do you want to do after that? And if you have already subscribed and haven't done it, you gotta hit that bell icon so you get notified to all future content from yours truly, of which there will be plenty of. All right, everyone, take care. If I don't have another video up by the weekend or whatever, happy Mother's Day again to all the mothers out there. You all take care. And this is MightyFan signing off for now. I'll see you in the next one.